So I'm going to explain how we did this program, this radius here. Angle, radius, and angle. Okay. Okay, what we did, we programmed our first line, which started there, to there, and so that's begin and end in your z-axis. After we programmed our first line, which was this line right here, then we programmed the second line up here. We programmed the two lines before we did the radius. So that's the coordinates for the second line. So, and after we program that line, then to bridge the gap between this line and this line, we program the radius after we program this line and this line. So then, so what basically we do is we bring it to the radius touches this side and touches this side. And the way we do that is we go up here to mill arc, push on them, or actually we go to blend. We go to blend, we push on the blend button, and then so the blend button, you just give it the blend radius from step 3 to step 5, and you just tell it the blend radius, and it'll bridge the gap between those two lines and give you the radius. And when you do it that way, it causes it to be seamless. You get a nice smooth radius that way. If you try to program it different ways, sometimes you won't get that smooth radius like you do when you bridge the gap like that. And we had to write 3 groups of lines here. We did our first group here. This bracket is your group. The chain of from here to here to here is your chain right there in that bracket. And then we had to do another chain and bracket and another chain and bracket, because this particular software does not allow you to, when you do a line, when you do mill line, this particular software doesn't give you number of passes on the z-axis. So you have to, we had to do 3 different depths of cut because we couldn't take it in one pass. So each pass, I had to write another bracket of lines for each pass, because with a different depth each time. So, but what's funny about this software is, like, if you're gonna say you go over here and go you go over here and you want to mill a slot, over here, rectangle, slot. Say you want to mill a slot. On your slot, it'll give you number of passes, but it doesn't do that on mill line. I wish they would have did that on mill line. It would save me a lot of programming time. But you do number of passes on when you're milling a slot, or when you mill a pocket, like if you come up here, rectangle and pocket, it will give you number of passes too. So yeah, so then you can program your finish depth and just add the number of passes you want to go from the start depth to the finish depth. But anyway, I like this. I like using these Accurite controls because it's way more simpler than using G-code. G-code, you got to know all the G-code formulas, the M-code formulas, and all that kind of stuff. This, it just asks you what you want, and you just give it the information that you need to give it. It asks you, well, what do you want? And then you just input that information, so it's really simple to program. The tricky thing is you just got to get your z-axis homed right, and get your you have to set up your workplace home and your machine home, your absolute and incremental. Once you get that done, programming is not really that hard on this machine.